Hello and welcome to the channel for the people who are new. Welcome. This video is going to be about the brain and the power of the brain. And what we're going to talk about is, so the first point is going to be how your thoughts can influence your mood and also then therefore your actions. So when you think about it, your thoughts are behind your behavior. So, you have a negative thought. You have a negative thought, I'm never going to be able to lose weight. I'm never going to be able to, get to the goal. It's quite a struggle. And there is truth in these thoughts. I'm not going to be one of those coaches that says, you got to ignore the negative thoughts and they're bad and just push them down. No, because pushing them down under the rug, it makes them come out in other ways, so it can come out as anxiety, depression, so pushing those emotions down isn't good. So my first point is you need to acknowledge these emotions, see truth in them, don't just block them out. What is actually true about I cannot make, I won't be able to achieve this. What does this show about your past? It shows that you've tried and aimed to do it, but you haven't got to the goal yet. Perhaps you have unrealistic expectations. Your expectations are too high, or or many things. So like your again expectations, and also the time, how fast you want to get it done, and also there's truth in that language. So. And it shows that you're quite conscientious and are aware and like to acknowledge the reality of that situation. So there's truth in those beliefs. Those beliefs aren't just coming from anything. There's actual truth behind it. And it shows how aware you are that, because some people's beliefs wouldn't be like that, but they could be positive, I'm going to make it. But there's no acknowledgement of, they're just blocking it out of what's going on. They don't like to look at things fully and look at the truth of a situation. They don't like to look at the truth. So that's why. So, and then they may be able to get, to block it out. But you, for some reason, you like to acknowledge the whole situation, look at it, assess it. I'm not going to be able to make it. I think, in this time or whatever, and it shows you seeing truth in what's going on. You're not denying there's loads of things that impact your life, blah, blah, blah. And it shows that, and that's a good quality because, same with anxiety. If you have anxious thoughts, this is quite a basic one. Anxious thoughts about, I'm going somewhere dangerous, a dangerous country, a dangerous city. You're going to have thoughts about something happening to you at night or whatever, if you're walking around the city or something going on. And those thoughts are actually protecting you from the dangers. That's what they are designed to do. So you wouldn't want to get rid of that anxiety, would you? Even on a plane or on a boat, because you're in a place where you are more isolated and you're more at risk. So and you can't control it as much as you can if you were, in a normal city. In a normal area, not a plane. So that shows there's a lot of truth. So firstly, acknowledging the truth. This is a Dr. David Burns technique that I learned. And it's really interesting stuff, guys. So acknowledge the truth. And it shows that there's many great things about you when you acknowledge the truth. These negative emotions show that you're acknowledging your emotions, aren't they? It shows a lot of truth, but it also shows what good qualities you have. So like, if you're quite anxious or your thoughts are negative or blah, 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 it's acknowledging that you're acknowledging the reality of the situation. Like I said before, you're acknowledging that, and it shows great qualities about you. It shows that you don't want to go, you're not living in denial and pretending, in a fantasy land and, in an Alice in a Wonderland. No. So it shows a lot of truthful things about you. it shows you conscientious, and I'm going over the same point again. But anyway, that is one of the powers of using your thoughts and, well, the negative thoughts. Now, using your belief systems. So number 2, your belief systems. Your belief systems determine how, play a big part in how, you achieve something. Some as little as, getting into a sport or starting a gym or career goals or whatever. Your belief systems play a big part in that because, again, if you're like from a certain background and you believe like you are being oppressed, that, if that's been installed into you, there is truth in that. There's truth for certain groups that are more oppressed than others. No denying that. But if you buy into belief and you believe that, you might be self-reinforcing those belief systems into you, and then you think, oh, therefore it's true. Whereas if you try to do the opposite, you might not get the same end result. So some of these can be like a placebo effect of your thoughts, essentially, So that's why it's good to always, no matter what, it's just to push through. And it's easier said than done. People are in different scenarios, very different scenarios. Someone who's really fluent should not be telling people how to live. If their struggles and they're just assuming that it's easy because they don't know. At the end of the day, they don't know what you're going through. But it's always good to have an open mindset and not always believe. See truth in it. See truth in that. There is truth in it. But you don't want to let that limit you in a place, You don't want to let that limit your beliefs or whatever and taint your vision. It's like having different, shades on. So like, it's like having, you're seeing the world through different glasses, dark shades, let's say. You're seeing it differently than it actually is. It's like using a filter. So you need to, well, you don't need to, but you can look at the world more optimistically, and therefore not be tainted by these beliefs. Acknowledge them. There's truth in those thoughts, but don't be tainted by the beliefs. That's my number 2. Number 3 is try things out. If you want to try karate, try it out. If you want to try football, try it out. If you want to, be creative and go to art class, try that out. Try different things out. See how it sits. You don't know what a food will taste like, a meal, a certain type of food. You don't know what that will taste like if you didn't try it. You'd just be guessing what it's like. So it's always good to try different things out. Start the new year, get ready for new year, new me. Try things out. You don't have to do it at the start of the year, but it's a good idea just to do it in general. Try things out. What have you got to lose unless it's something severe and it's going to really affect you financially or in whatever way? But try it out. Try different things out. See where you can go. Remember the power of belief. Your thoughts are behind your emotions. And if you can control the thoughts, which behind the thoughts are the belief systems, if you can get hold of those belief systems and rephrase them, so like if we go back to the first point, I can't achieve this X, Y, Z because of this, because I've never done it, because I don't. You can rephrase it saying, I may like to achieve it, or I can achieve it. That's kind of blocking out the reality. So you'd want to do like, it would be nice to achieve this. Or should statements where I should have done that, I should have done this. If it's in the past, I should have achieved this by now. It would have been nice, so get rid of the should. It would have been nice to achieve this, X, Y, Z, whatever the thing is. So that's this video. So remember the power of the brain. The power of the brain is very powerful. Your thoughts, belief systems, remember what they are. And that's in the video. Comment, like, and subscribe. I am coming up with what's it called now? A productivity guide. So I'm coming up with that. It's going to be attached to the videos soon. And it's a free guide. You can download it and how you work you know, how you work-life balance and getting meals prepared, and also exercise in the gym, how to do that all. And it's a guide that simplifies it for you and kind of just teaches you it. Yeah, so it's a really good guide. It keeps it simple, so it's not overly complicated and wordy, because that's what a lot of people think people want. But you want simple things, so it's efficient and it's easy to look at. Comment, like, and subscribe. What are your thoughts on this video? What are your thoughts? Are you into thoughts and belief systems behind emotions, or do you not agree? Do you think that's wrong? Comment, just comment down. I will reply back. And thanks for watching, and I'm off.